Well, all right, all right. Happy Monday, everybody. Appreciate you being here with me again for a weekly market update. Hang in there with me on this one. I'm going to give you some really good pointers today, especially if you're a real estate agent. So here we go. All right, so the very first thing that's on everybody's mind is the Iran war and the Strait of Hormuz opening and closing and opening and closing and all these different things that are happening. This is really affecting the market in a negative way, and I'll show you that in a second because markets want consistency, which they're not getting right now. The other thing that I want you to take a look at, because all of this stuff is out of our control, is just keep an eye on what's happening with WTI and Brent crude prices. You've heard me tell you this before, that anytime crude prices per barrel double in a certain period of time, a recession is imminent. And so we were at $60 a barrel just at the end of February, and currently we are at 105 and 113. Look where we were last week, 96 and 108. So it's going the wrong way for sure. Here locally in Washington State, King County, we're seeing gas prices around 5.80 a barrel. Or a gallon, don't I wish. Pacific County is all the way up to $6.03. By my house, I saw diesel this morning at $7.89, which is just mind-numbing. So this is what it is. Not a whole lot we can do except for watch into it. So let's move on to something a little happier that will help us save deals and serve more people. So along the line of what I promised you last week, each week I'm going to try to bring you something that talks about the power of the portfolio that we have here in First Security Bank. So what I want you to look at is this is a real life example that happened, and I want to share it with you. Some of our agents reported that folks from NOC, which is a bridge loan company, had gone out to their offices and presented, and they found the product was fascinating and it was good and it did what it said that it was going to do, which is awesome. I have nothing against NOC. I'm not knocking NOC, but I feel like what we have here is better, and I want to show it to you. So as a realtor, it's really important for you to know all the options that are out there. So let me dive into it for you, side-by-side comparison. Okay. So this specific case, these clients had gone to NOC and they needed $400,000 to do a bridge loan to go and buy their next home. NOC doesn't charge any fees, so they say, hey, we're not going to charge you any interest for this loan. But what they do charge is up to 2.25% of your departing residence value. So in this case, 2.25% of 1.4 million is $31,500. Now, so we were able to do that loan for them for $1,000 flat. That's what our fee is. Certainly there's, escrow charges and title charges, third-party stuff that's on top of that, but that's peanuts compared to what it is that you're seeing here, okay? So we gave them a 7.75% rate, which is prime plus 1, and they got payments around $2,500 that they don't have to make monthly if they don't want to. They can just pay it all at the end. What does that look like in the long run, you ask? Good question. So on that $1.4 million home, they charge $31,500 out the gate. We charge $1,000. So far you're ahead by 30 grand. And this is cumulative interest payments, mind you. So one on top of the other. So if your home sells within the first 30, 40, 50 days, you've only paid us $5,100 and you're ahead of the game by $25,000. If your home doesn't sell within 6 months, well, you're still ahead of the game $15,000. And here's the biggest thing. Our bridge loan is for 1 full year. Theirs caps out at 6 months, and then they can, in their contract, they can force you to sell at different prices. They can force you to bring your price down. So really read through all of the contract specifics. Again, I'm not knocking this company. I just feel that we have a better solution here at First Security. So if you have questions on this, pick up the phone and call me. I'm happy to chat with you about your options, okay? Now, another thing that's good for our realtor friends as well as our loan officer friends, this is from National Association of Realtors, and they're showing us that conversion and speed to the lead is the most important thing at this point in time. And so conversion rates for transactions are 8 times higher when you answer your phone and you talk to somebody within the first 5 minutes. I found that fascinating. NAR also shows us that 74% of buyers hired the first agent that they talked to. So again, being the first one to get in front of the clients is very, very important. 58% of the buyers said they found their preferred agent through a family or a friend or some kind of a referral. And 91% of those folks that were surveyed, 91% said that they would recommend or reuse these folks again. So I think this is a great thing for all of us to notice. Big shout out to my buddy Mark, who found this information and shared it with us. So I think that's a good share. What's going on in the market, you ask? Well, currently 38 basis points down, 23 when I posted this. And again, this is what I was telling you about. The market doesn't like it when it's just on again, off again, and that doesn't have certainty. So that's why we're seeing what we're seeing. What's happening this week that's really market moving? Well, I think that ADP jobs report could be important because they're thinking there's going to come to 100,000 new jobs. I'm not sure exactly how, but we're going to watch that and see what happens. And then also on Friday, we have the BLS jobs report, which is the Bureau of Labor Statistics. And they're saying that they think they're going to have 60,000 new jobs created with unemployment around 4.3%. As always, do subscribe to us on that Instagram account on the bottom there. We do post daily updated rates and daily updated news as to see what's going on with all these reports that come out. So from week to week, when you watch this, during the week, you can be that smart as well. Speaking of rates, we're sitting at 6.32 last week on Monday when we brought you this information, sitting at 6.44. This actually was at 6.5 on Friday, so it's settled down just a bit, as you can see there. And then we have 30-year jumbos sitting at 6.59. These are national rates, you guys. Things will vary. This is on purchase transactions, 25% down, 780 credit scores. And I want you to always remember this. At First Security, we have the most incredible preferred product that's on a 7-year and a 10-year arm, and those rates are holding steady and beautiful, somewhere right around that 5.6 for good qualified buyers. So if you want to learn more about that, give us a shout. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for being with me here. Do like, subscribe, comment, share, do all that stuff to make sure others are as smart as you are, and we will catch you next week. Okay? Bye-bye.